Hello everybody, it's Tim Drudge here. It's a view from the South Stands, and I'm coming to you on Friday morning, 2 days or a day and a half after the most monumental victory, the most miraculous victory arguably in Toronto FC history. It's been a long time since I've done one of these videos, and I'll try to explain why. 2016 hasn't been personally the greatest year for me and my family. One of the most, if not the most important person in my life, my blessed mother, passed away earlier this year from a 20-year fight off and on with cancer. My brother, who lives in Fort McMurray, Alberta, was displaced by that horrible fire earlier in the year. There's been some family members with health issues, and suffice it to say, 2016 is a year personally that I'm not going to miss. And sometimes life and stress and everything that we as individuals carry as our daily burdens sometimes become big burdens. So that's really the reason why I haven't been doing as many of these videos as I'd like to be doing over the past season. And ironically, it's come during the time when I should be on here celebrating these amazing wins and this amazing run that Toronto FC has actually been on. So where are we now? About 20 minutes ago, because it's just around 11 o'clock here in Toronto, around 20 minutes ago, I actually purchased my seats for the MLS Cup final, a final featuring my boys, my beloved Toronto FC. What can I say about this season that hasn't been said elsewhere? I don't think anything. To be perfectly candid with you, all I can share with you is my personal experience. I can tell you that when I went to my first game back in 2007, the home opener against the then Kansas City Wizards, I wasn't in the supporter section. I wasn't in the South Stands at that point. I didn't know anybody in the supporters groups. I was working with a gentleman by the name of Joe Cusciana, who knew that I was interested in soccer. He knew I bought a half-season pack, a one-seat half-season pack for myself for 2007, and I went to that first game, and I'm in the stands, and I'm hearing, "All we are saying is give us a goal." If you remember that from back in 2007, and I was hooked instantly at that point. I knew this is where I wanted to be, and this is a sport that I knew, and a team that I knew I was going to have a very deep passion for. So he goes and tells me, "Hey, there's this supporters group called U Sector. I know a couple of people. I think you should come out and meet everybody." So the very next game, I came out and met everybody, and then I managed to start sneaking in to Section 113, and well, I've been there ever since, haven't I? My seats are in 113 now. They're legal, they're legitimate. But for that first season, I was kind of sneaking in. I was going on the secondary market and buying all of the extra tickets that my half pack didn't have, beg, borrowing, and stealing. And then, of course, the passion started. And of course, we knew we were going to suck. We knew we were going to be a bad team for a couple of years. But then in 2009, we started to get some glimmers of hope, didn't we? We got D-Row, we got the Miracle of Montreal. We had that last game in the swamp in New Jersey that just kind of sucked the life right out of us. It was the first real kick in the stones, I think, that all of us TFC fans got. Of course, we lost that game. We didn't make the playoffs, and then the period of stupidity started, whether it be coaches, whether it be Mo, whether it be, Jurgen Klinsmann's consultation, whether it be Mista, whether it be guys getting arrested in Houston, Texas, whether it be players getting dressed after they've been signed the morning of in the cab on the way to the stadium. Yes, you, Dan Gargan, going to Columbus for the opener a number of years ago. We took, as fans collectively, kick after kick after kick square in the nuts, and we kept coming back. And I can tell you guys and girls, a lot of those games that I went to back in say 2010, 2011, didn't feel like fun. To be perfectly candid with you, it felt like work. It felt like work that I wasn't being paid for. It felt like a drudgery type of galley slave kind of job where I wasn't getting paid and I wasn't getting any love from the boss. And yet I still persisted, as did many thousands of others. And Lywicki asked the question. He asked, why can't we be great? Or in his cadence, why can't we be great? Good question. He started laying some of the groundwork, and after a bit of a false start, bloody big deal, things started to turn around. Michael Bradley, the part of the bloody big deal that actually worked. Josie Altidore, Sebastian Giovinco, Tim Bezbatchenko, some reasonable signings of quality MLS players in the last couple of years. Justin Morrow, been with us now for a few years, is a perfect example of that. You can make a case that he's probably one of the finest fullbacks in this league. This year, Drew Moore and Clint Irwin from Colorado with the spine. Some of the young players coming through and making tremendous contributions this year at various times, whether it be Endo, whether it be Jay Hamilton, whether it be any of these players that have come in and stepped in when the team has needed it. And after a slight angry taste of the playoffs last year, this year things clicked. And by clicked I mean everything seemed to work reasonably well. We had a couple of trials and tribulations along the way, but when some of our big players were away or hurt, some of the squad players stepped in and played a role. When we needed some additional weapons going down the stretch, Manning and Bezbatchenko stepped in and brought in Armando Cooper and Tosaint Ricketts, who've been tremendous additions to the club for the run-in. Whether it be with the lone exception of Ashton Morgan, who I really feel gutted for. I really wish he could be part of this run in a more active way, considering he's our longest-serving player. Other than him, and again, I don't think anything with Seba is too scary for the final. I think that's just cramp or something not too serious. We've had no injuries, so we get through Philly. We get through New York City FC. We get through the Montreal Impact, considering we were 3 goals down in the first game. And now this morning, what am I doing? But I'm buying tickets for the MLS Cup final in Section 113, featuring Toronto FC. I'm not a very serene guy, if you know me. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I don't think that's a surprise to many of you. If you've ever met me or if you've watched any of these videos before, you know that I'm a pretty emotional guy. But when I was getting ready and getting personally sort of geared up for the game this week, I felt almost a kind of serenity, if that makes any sense, people. I actually didn't feel. I felt nervous. I felt clawing at my stomach a few times. I felt afraid. But I don't think that if things would have went south, if things would have went differently. If for example, Hagelin hadn't scored that header, if it hadn't have gotten the injury time, if we'd have ended up being 2-2, let's say, and Montreal went into the final, I would have been sad. I would have been probably upset. I don't think I would have been angry, though. And TFC, the thing that's changed more than anything, putting aside the good results now versus the shit results previously, I think what's changed right now is in me anyways, is the fact that I'm not angry about the past anymore. The past is the past. It's our history. It's what made that win on Wednesday night so sweet. I put this on Twitter, and I'll say it to you right now. I'm not embarrassed to say that I shed more than a few tears on Wednesday evening. And I don't know if I'll be doing that on the 10th of December, but it was just such a cathartic, such an emotional sort of release for me personally after what's been a tough year. Celebrating some long-awaited joy, whether it be looking around the stands in the section that I'm in, people that I've known for a decade or more, some of them openly weeping with joy, kind of set me off as well. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's not about wins. It's not about losses. It's about effort. It's about hope. And it's about camaraderie. And Toronto FC has brought all of those things to me in spades. So I'm not angry anymore. I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic. I think we're the home team. I think we have we got the hammer, and hopefully we'll be able to wield that hammer and win the game on the 10th. And maybe at that point I can go buy a few stars. Maybe I can get a little star sewn on there. What do you think? Wouldn't that be great? Anyway, I'm going to be doing more of these videos, and I'm going to be writing a few posts between now and the end of the season, come what may, on December 10th. I want to thank you for watching, and again, I hope to have one of these up again very, very soon. Thanks again, and come on, you Reds. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.